done a lot of work in Goa, throughout Goa, and she has taken on the onus on herself, and along with the committee members, to protect our environment along with our heritage structures. Mr. George, Mr. Max D'Souza, also from Village Action Committee, based in Valsam, very active member in our group, and has done a lot of research actually over the last couple of months, and which we understand will lead us to the proper, to our legal fight against the destructive double tracking through our villages. We have Mr. Ashok Soza, Panch of village Valsam Pali Association, also a very active member of the Village Action Committee of Valsam. Sitting next to him is Captain Francis Govia, also a very active member of the Village Action Committee. So basically we are here today to put our the focus on the findings that the committee, the Village Action Committee, along with the Goa Heritage Action Group, that has jointly carried out for the last few months in the coastal villages of Marbangoa and also in part of Salsik. So I ask Mr. Max to take this from him.
Thank you, Orville. And as Orville has mentioned, I am an executive member in the Valsam Villagers Action Committee Group, Villagers Action Committee. And we have sent a representation to the CEC, expressing our concerns against the double tracking. Our main focus point to them was that it is not only, the double track is not only going to affect Mole Wildlife Sanctuary and National Park. It is a track that starts in Hospet, runs right through to Vasco, and on the route, it passes through many villages. It is our submission that in addition to destruction of the wildlife sanctuary and the national park, our villages also will be destroyed, and that is what we want to put it up to them. We had requested for an opportunity to meet them when they are in Goa, but we are not very sure whether we will get that appointment. So we will send this data to them in addition to the representation, because this will have some pictures. They will be able to see what exactly we have in mind. Now, our focus is on just 4 villages: Arosi, Kansauli, Valsam and Paz. The total length total length that you're talking about, from Pale to, you come down to Valsam, then you come to Kansauli, and Arosi. Now this plan, you will see, is full of houses. All the blue marks are houses, and they are on both sides of the railway track. The railway track is a very fine line villages are flanked by at least 150 houses. Just these 4 villages are flanked by at least 150 houses on both sides of the track. Many of them are built prior to 1850. And they are heritage buildings of historic and aesthetic importance. Agriculture, traditional fishing and tourism is the means of subsistence of these villages. A significant part of these villages fall within the CRZ. See this line? This is the CRZ line. I mean, all these villages, all this area comes in the CRZ zone, and this area comes under, there are hills there, so there are slopes, and therefore they are also affected by the regulations that govern these areas. Now this plan, which is here, which I said there are 150 odd houses, is a plan that is being used by the South Central Railway. It is a plan, a survey plan that was promulgated in 1986. That means 52 years ago. During these 52 years, there are so many more houses that have come alongside the railway track. That is not accounted for in the plan that they are using. So that underestimates the extent of the damage that this track is going to create. Presently, the existing track caters to passenger trains, which is around 17% of the trains moving up and down, express trains, which cater to 25% of the traffic moving around, and goods trains, which are about 58% of the traffic on this track. The 4 pairs of passenger trains that were existing and were suspended during the pandemic, only 2 have been restarted on the 7th of December, and South Central Railway have started them temporarily with a rider which says continuation would depend on passenger turnout and people's support. Now this is a rider, we don't know whether they are going to continue these trains. Our assessment is, today this train is being extended every 15 days by another 15 days, and today it stands extended up to 31st of January. We are not sure whether the South Central Railway would extend the trains or continue these trains further. Coming to the express trains do not stop at any of the stations here. This is at the tail end of the track. Vasco is the final destination, and the trains run non-stop between Vasco and Margao, which are the 2 cities. So these express trains are of no use or no benefit to the local population. Then we have the goods trains. Most of them are coal rakes. Each rake has 59 wagons, heavily overloaded to the extent that they require 2 diesel engines to pull them through this track, which is level ground. That gives an indication as to how much overloaded these trains are. They need 2 engines to pull them through a level track. Enough has been said about the pollution that they create, but we've these are the slides. We've talked about the coal rakes. These coal rakes are covered by flimsy tarpaulin sheets. The coal and coal dust keeps dropping along the tracks on a regular basis. because we've been making noise, we have contractors now being appointed who are coming and clearing the tracks at regular intervals. They collect the coal, bag them to give an impression that there is no coal on the track. Unfortunately for them, there are telltales. The size of the tracks, despite attempts to cover the coal with white new ballast, you have coal at the ends, coal in the center, because that cannot be handpicked. In addition to coal droppings, the engines also create smoke and pollution due to diesel pollution, sulfur dioxide. So that also contaminates the area around. The engines, as I said, are overloaded, so they prime them excessively, and that leads to excessive smoke and excessive emission of SO2. Then you have the noise. You have the diesel engines making noise, you have the wagons rolling along the track, heavy loaded, making noise, and significantly the blasting of the horn. Now this full track is not barricaded, passing through densely populated areas, and there are no barricades. So the drivers of the engines have no option but to keep blowing the horn right through the journey, which disturbs even everyone in that area, even at the dead of night. Then you have issues pertaining to vibration, which affects the structure of the houses, especially the old heritage houses, which are built of stone, bound together with mud and lime mortar. There is no cement. So these vibrations that are caused by the running rakes creates or transmits vibrations which causes cracks in the building. Now, whilst no attempt is being made to mitigate the problems faced by the villagers, despite several attempts of us talking to the railway authorities, we now learn that they are planning to double this track without conducting any field study, without taking any of the villagers into confidence, without telling us what they are doing there. And the important point that we like to put across is that this doubling is done in the right of way that was kept by ancestors alongside the railway track. This railway track has a history, and the historical part of the history will be covered by Heather, so I will leave that aside. But the pointed question is that our ancestors have not sold the land. Around 1800, we had just allowed the British to lay a track and left 10 meters on either side as right of way. That right of way continues to be used as right of way even today. You see the car there right at the track comes on that side. All the people who are there, you can see the houses there, you can see the cars there, you can see a scooter in front of the house, you can see cars in front of this house, you can see pathway. The pathway is now being used, the 10 meters are being used today. And the railways are attempting to block the success. As I mentioned before, the plans have been drawn on the plan for the second track. being based on these drawings, which are these plans, which are old plans, and they do not take the contours into account. You know, lands have a contour. So when they are laying the track, they will have to raise they will have to do a landfill, they will have to do some land cutting, and the impact of that is not assessed at all. Now visualize that house, the first house. If the second track is going to come the other side is raised, you have to fill that land. The moment you fill that land, that house gets landlocked. There will be no access to that house. All the houses on the side will be landlocked. There are houses here which are landlocked. There are houses. So along the track, the moment you increase the level of the house, you fill that earth, they will get landlocked. This is an aerial view of the house, and you can see the pathway there. Not the pathway, there is a car also there. It is a motorable access to these houses, to these three houses. All that is going to be blocked by laying the second track. You see this house here. Visualize the level of the track raised to the level of the compound wall. How will the people enter it? Look at these pictures. You have houses right at the bottom here. You have hill cutting on the top. They have to build retaining walls here. Now this comes under slopes, which in the regional plan is marked as no development. Nothing has been taken into account. And these houses also. See the hill cutting on that side. And the houses at the bottom. In other words, you will have trains running on the top of houses, right in the villages of Pali. Because we've been making noise, now they have adopted a different strategy. They've started putting obstacles in these right-of-ways. You see the sleepers? That was the right-of-way. People were using it. You can see the gate. They put sleepers there. Our villagers take it out. At the dead of night, they put it back again. See the heap of sleepers that are kept here to block that access. They've even stopped the villagers from extending the villagers are trying to tar that road to their houses. They keep stopping them by putting these obstacles. At the level crossing, they've planted poles around fences so that people are not permitted to use those accesses. This tract is going to pass very close to a hospital, the district hospital, which is a silent zone. None of these factors have been taken into account. They've just seen a plan and they said, here we're going to have the railways. Nobody's been talked to, nobody's been consulted, villages have not been taken into account. It's very clear that they are attempting to bulldoze the double tracking without taking the villagers whose lives and subsistence is going to be affected, and without doing any detailed field study. As our concerns that we have been expressing to the government, Goa, have fallen on deaf ears, we would like to urge the CEC and the courts to intervene and safeguard the well-being and heritage of our villages.
Thank you, Max. If there are any questions for Max, you could ask them now before I start my presentation. Any questions, please? You want to ask myself and my colleague Alinto Koilo, who's acting honorary secretary, is also here. And and before I start, let me just tell you that the presentation is in two formats right here on to my left, to our left. There's a printout of the entire presentation, which you can pick up on your way, and there's also the same presentation on CDs. So you can pick up the CD also if you like. Plus there's a report done by an expert. There are 5 copies of the report. Please help yourself to that too. I'll just recap what Max has already said. Going back to the history of this railway track, the existing single line, first thing is that it was a pathway. Even now if you go on either side of the pathway, there are steps, what I call the pathway. And why were there steps there? Not to get off the train, because there was no train at that time. There was a pathway. And people were using that pathway to go to church, to go to chapel, to go to each other's houses, to go to the hospital and so on, to visit each other. It was a part of the community. Now out of goodwill, the ancestors of these villages have gifted that pathway for the railway line. That is how the existing single railway line has come. So that is as far as the history of the that railway line, the existing single track railway line goes. We have also studied only 4 villages. It's impossible in such a short duration to study the entire track from point A to point B. So we are working closely with Max and his co-villagers in these 4 villages of Welsound, Kansoli, Arosi and Pale. I'll go quickly through it. Land ownership. Railways now claim ownership to the right of way, but can produce no documents to support their claim. Portuguese property ownership documents that have not been mutated continue to define the area on both sides of the track. Land acquisition survey plan. Survey plans done in 1968, quite old, does not reflect the ground reality of the last 52 years. It does not capture newer structures which have been added later. Now rise of the double tracking. 150 structures that we know of from the plan, residential houses, schools, hospitals, religious places, community halls, along the length of 3 meters of the existing railway track are there. Some houses are not even 8 meters from the existing railway track. So you can imagine the chaos that will ensue if the double track comes in and high-speed trains. Now there is a need for legal compliance of other laws. There are other laws in place. There is CRZ, there is notification of notified regional plan, there is land ownership, there is technical clearance from TCP on retaining walls, and construction licenses from the local panchayat authorities. None of these have been complied with. The present status of government consultation. Recent concerns. Chief Minister of Goa has convened a meeting with railway authorities. Chief Minister requested Minister for Environment for a joint site. They drove along, they walked along the railway track. They have not addressed the citizens' concern. I can speak on hearsay, my colleague will bear me out. The minister, Honorable Minister has said, we will wear you down. Is that the language that is expected of a member of the Legislative Assembly? Is that the kind of language that is expected of somebody we voted for? He's supposed to represent us, not say we will wear you down. Now what is the current impact of a single railway line, let me tell you. My engineer colleague will bear me out. Cracks are formed on the flooring. Cracks are seen on the roofing. Structural cracks are seen on the windows like this. When you see a crack over an aperture, like a door or a window, you know it's a structural crack. It is not a plaster crack. And if it's a coincidence, you may question me by saying it could be a coincidence, one or two houses get cracks anyway. My counter question to you is, how can each and every house in the village have structural cracks? Cannot be. What is the proximity to the current heritage houses? You can see a train in that picture on the left, on my left, and how close the heritage house is to that railway track and to the coal-laden train that is passing through. What happens as a consequence? There is soot on the flooring, there is soot on the railing. And these house owners are patiently scrubbing it off every single day, maybe twice a day. Now the question is, we'll give you compensation. What is the value of heritage house? Built with organic local materials, mud, lime and stone, these houses are actually green, eco-friendly homes. They are fine examples of Goan craftsmanship, Goan history of travel, education, social and cultural interaction. With the single line, the orientation of the houses that was already facing the pathway, now the orientation has changed towards facing the road. So social life has been disrupted because earlier when I had my neighbor across the pathway, now my neighbor is behind me. If an ambulance has to come, cannot come. If I have to reach out for help, I cannot. Changing lifestyle, social and communication patterns in the village. Our heritage is actually built up ecosystem. Cool air comes through the garden, rises up into the house over the front steps, enters the house. The warm air goes pushed up into the ceiling and out from the ventilation. That is how our craftspeople, our old builders have designed these houses for air circulation. Warm air escapes through the tile roofs. It keeps the houses cool. Heritage houses are economically efficient. During construction, there was minimum excavation. Whatever little excavation is done, the mud is piled up. That's why you have the front steps higher. The back is usually flush with the ground, built to the lie of the land, to the contour of the land. See how clever our previous builders were of the past. Sit-outs and wrap-around verandas, they added beauty and functionality. Broken china and tiles were used for flooring. This is a Balkaun dated 1930. Designs reflected the personal travel history of the people who lived in these houses. Sit-outs are also social interaction places. So these heritage homes that we are talking about all over Goa, and especially here now, they cannot be evaluated in monetary terms. They are capsules, they are evidence of family histories, travel histories, cultural and social histories. Examples of Goan travels bringing back ideas and artifacts, objects and materials from all over the world. Examples of Goan craftsmanship, artistic design and intellectual property. Art and artistic culture that reflects our love for nature. House gardens reflect plant material that has been imported from all over the world and nurtured and showcased here in our gardens. Sacred art, religious beliefs, cultural history, lifestyle that is uniquely Goan, lifestyle that is uniquely rural in nature, a way of life. What is going to of cultural, social, architectural, religious, community fabric of village life. Physical and structural damage to heritage houses, chapels, shrines in the village. Destruction of the group value of the heritage houses that form the basis of the community. So it's not just individual houses. Together they form a group. They form a community. Now, what is wrong with the way the government has approached this whole thing? I would say it in one phrase: non-application of mind. No surveys conducted to list heritage properties and sites. No scientific or social evaluation done of heritage value of the properties and sites. No evaluation done of natural water bodies, tree species, botanical specimens in private gardens. No social data of living community residing along the existing railway track. No democratic interaction with local community or attempt to understand the concerns, the values, the views, the legal status or fundamental rights of the people who are going to be affected by this. I'm ending my presentation, again repeating that the same presentation is available to you. Please pick up a copy, hard copy, and copies on CD. And if there are any questions for Max, for me, for Orville, and for Ashok and my other colleagues here, please do feel free to ask.
We have also Krishna Zore from youth of Mole. He is in the forefront to protect the wildlife sanctuary, the Mole National Park. So, take it up.
Thank you, Arvind, for giving me this opportunity to come here and address the press and present our concern from the village of Mole. I would like to speak in Konkani. कारण कशें आसा जे जंयच्यान हांव घेता जे मोलेन म्हणटा ते मोस्टली सपोज हे तुमचे मिडियाचे जेन्ना ते फ्लॅश जातले मिडियान आनी तेन्ना पळयतले तेन्ना मोस्टली लोकांक बरें दिसतले कोंकणीन उलयल्लें आयकपाक. सो मॅक्सांनी हॅकनी जशें सांगलें तुमकां की जो डबल ट्रॅकिंगचो इशू आसा त्यांनी उलयलो तो एंड ऑफ दी गोवा ट्रॅक अशें म्हणू शकता, जो वास्कोच्या लागीं आसा. आनी आमी पडटा ते स्टार्ट ऑफ गोवा. सपोज आमी कर्नाटकच्यान येयले जाल्यार स्टार्ट ऑफ गोवा मोले कुळे पडटा ते स्टार्ट ऑफ गोवा. आनी तेच आसा ते वेस्टर्न फॉरेस्ट. तुमी आतां पर्यंत आयकत आयले आसतले की वेस्टर्न घाट आनी हे जे प्रोजेक्ट्स येता डबल ट्रॅकिंग, देन 4 लेन आनी ट्रान्समिशन लायन, ती सेम रिजनांतल्यान येता. आणि आता फर्स्ट हांव कंटिन्यू करता डबल ट्रॅकिंग. सो आमी थोडेसे कनेक्ट करूं शकता. त्यांनी डबल ट्रॅकिंगचो इफेक्ट ऑन हेरिटेज हाऊस अँड दी विलेजीस सांगलो. तसोच हो डबल ट्रॅकिंगचो इफेक्ट आसा तो फॉरेस्टाचेर पडपाचो आसा. जशें हॅकने म्हटलें की सूट जो कोळसोचो सूट आसा तो फ्लाय जावन जसो घराचेर पडटा, हेरिटेज हाऊस तेचेर पडटा आनी ते सगळे एक लेयर बनून वयता तेचो. सो त्या घराचो जो लेयर बनला तो एटलिस्ट मनशां रावता ती साफ तरी करूं शकता. बट सेम सूट आनी तो जो लेयर झाडांच्या पानाचेर पडटलो कोण साफ करतलो तो. आनी तेचो आमी इम्पॅक्ट पळयल्यार दॅर इज ह्यूज इम्पॅक्ट. तो सूट लेयर बनल्या कारणान तेचो फोटोसिंथेसिसचो प्रोसेस आसा तोच ताका स्टॉप करतलो. जी लायट पडटा आनी ती ते वापरता, जे प्लांट वापरता फोटोसिंथेसिसाक, ती ताका मेळचीच ना लायट. ती एब्सॉर्ब करून दवरता तो ब्लॅक सूट आसा तो. आनी दॅट वील बी स्लो डेथ आमी म्हणू शकता की ते झाड हळू त्या प्रॉब्लेम ते एट द एंड मरतले ते. आतां सद्या 1 लेन 1 ट्रॅक सुरूच आसा. तो त्याचो इम्पॅक्ट सद्या कोणी असेसूच करूं नासतलो. म्हाका अशें दिसना की कोणी तो एट दॅट पॉयंट गेला आनी कोणी असेस केला. तोच जेन्ना डबल ट्रॅक जातलो तेन्ना तेचो आनी एडिशनल इफेक्ट उरतलो आनी तो आनी वायड स्प्रेड जातलो. तो एक जालो आणि जेन्ना ते रियलान तो प्रोजेक्ट एक्झिक्युशनान हाडटले तेन्ना डबल ट्रॅकिंगचो तेन्ना थंयची डॅमेज जातली दॅट वील बी अ इरिपेरेबल डॅमेज. कारण आतांचो जो ट्रॅक आसा तो पोर्तुगीजच्या टायमार तो त्यांनी ले केल्लो आसा ट्रॅक आणि तो तेन्ना आसलो नॅरो गेज. आतांची जी आमची रेल्वे आसता वेस्टर्न रेल्वे त्यांनी फक्त तेजो नॅरो गेजचो ब्रॉड गेज केला आणि थंय आनी कांयच करूना. सपोज कितेंय जरी मल्टिपल काम करपाक थंय गेल्यार ती लँडस्लायड जाता आणि कामूच बंद पडटा आणि इवन जो रेल्वेचो फ्लो आसा तोय बंद पडटा. सो तो स्मॉल मायनर डिस्टर्बन्स त्यांनी केल्यार हो इम्पॅक्ट दिसता आणि जेन्ना तो एक्चुअली काम सुरू करतले तेन्ना तो मेजर डिस्टर्बन्स आसतलो आणि आय डोंट थिंक ते घाट सर्वायव करू शकतले. घाटूच कॉलेज जाऊ शकता ते. तो एक मेजर इम्पॅक्ट आसा. सिमिलरली 4 लेन येता तो सेम स्ट्रेचान येता. सो 4 लेना खातीर जेन्ना ते काम स्टार्ट करतले एक्झिक्युशन करतले तेन्नाय तो सेम इफेक्ट पडटलो. जी डॅमेज जातली ती इरिपेरेबल डॅमेज जातली आणि आय डोंट नो तो घाट सस्टेन करू शकतलो काय तो. कारण जशें आमी पळयलां केरला फ्लड जाल्ले त्यांनी अशेंच तेंचे जे डोंगर असले तशें डिस्टर्ब केल्ले आणि जेन्ना रेनफॉल जालो एक्सेसिव्ह रेनफॉल जालो सगळी लँडस्लायड जावन ते सकयल आयले आणि गोव्यान आमकां हे पळोवपाक चड वेळ लागचो ना. जेन्ना हे सपोज 2-3 प्रोजेक्ट येयला ते त्यांनी एक्झिक्यूट केले जाल्यार आमचो घाट तसोच कॉलेप्स जातलो आणि जी आमची विलेज आसा मोलेम विलेज आणि कुलेम विलेज ती सारकी त्या दोंगराच्या पायथ्यार आसा. ती माती सकयल वयतली हे फॉर शुअर आणि आमकां तुमचोच हेल्प घेवचो पडटलो सपोज कोण वाचले जाल्यार. सो ही इतकी डॅमेज इरिपेरेबल डॅमेज ती कित्या खातीर करता ते. पयलीं आमकां हेचो कांयच क्लियर नासलें कित्या खातीर करता. आमी जस्ट आयकताले पूण जेन्ना हे डॉट्स कनेक्ट जावपाक लागले की ट्रान्समिशन लायन आणि 4 लेन आणि रेल्वे तांकां तेजो मेन हेतू आसा तो कोल ट्रान्सपोर्ट आणि तेन्ना कळपाक लागलें की तो आमचो मोलेम जो रिजन आसा इतको प्रिन्स्टायन जे फॉरेस्ट आसा आमकां तांकां कित्याक डॅमेज करपाक जाय. कारण ते जो कोळसो वास्कोच्यान ते व्हरतले हॉस्पेट तो तांकां शॉर्ट रूट आसा म्हणून ते मोलेमच्या रिजनाचेर चड फोकस आसा. आतां नेक्स्ट आसा ते जेन्ना हे प्रोजेक्ट येतले तेन्ना अजून ते कितें करतले हे जे रिजन आमचो जो कनेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट आसा तांकां 3 फ्रॅगमेंटान ते डायवर्ट करतले म्हणजे डिवायड करतले. तर ताचो वायल्ड एनिमल्साचेर भरपूर इम्पॅक्ट जातलो. आतांच आमी तेचेर इम्पॅक्ट पळयतात. फॉर एग्जाम्पल सपोज हांव सांगपाक सोदता की जेन्ना हांव ल्हानपणां जे टायपचे जे इन्सेक्ट किंवा बटरफ्लाय किंवा ड्रॅगन फ्लाय जे म्हणटाले आमी ल्हानपणी पळयताले शेतांनी ते आतां खंयच दिसना आमकां ते. म्हणजे इतके आमच्या म्हाका दिसता हाफ ऑफ माय लायफ स्पॅन आमी हो चेंज पळयलो आणि जेन्ना अशे जेन्ना प्रोजेक्ट्स येतले आणि ते अजून एनवायरमेंटाक हार्म करतले जाल्यार हेच्या फुडें आणि ज्यो आतां आमी ज्यो स्पिसीस पळयता त्यो वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी दोज स्पिसीस अशें दिसता आमकां. आणि एक्चुली डेव्हलपमेंट जाय पण तसो सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट जाय. कोणाचो इंटरेस्ट पळोवन तुमी करूं नाका. सपोज तुमकां तुमचो हेतू करेक्ट आसा जाल्यार तो करेक्ट हेतू तुमी लोकांनी समजून दिवपाक जाय. लोकांनी तो प्रेजेंट करपाक जाय. आतां जे ह्या सिनारियोन आमी पळयता की लोकांनी म्हणजे जनरल जे पब्लीक आसा तांकां कांयच इन्फॉर्मेशन मेळना. तेन्ना फर्स्ट टायम हांवें क्वेश्चन केलो की लेट मी कम टू ट्रान्समिशन लायन नाव. ते ट्रान्समिशन लायना खातीर त्यांनी एक एरिया क्लियर केला थंय सबस्टेशन हाडपा खातीर आणि जेन्ना ती दॅट एरिया इज मोर देन 172 स्क्वेअर मीटर. आणि जेन्ना हांवें जनरल लोकांनी विचारलें की ती इतकी झाडां मारला आणि ती झाडां मारला मोर देन 2700 झाडां मारला तेणी. तर लोकांनी खबर नासलें ते कित्याक झाडां मारला तेणी. इवन आमी पंचायतीक अप्रोच केलो पंचायतीक सुद्दां प्रॉपर इन्फॉर्मेशन नाशिल्लें. आमी पंचायतीक डिमांड करतले की तुमी कितेंय आसा जाल्यार तुमी लोकांचो कन्सर्न घेया ग्रामसभा घे आणि तुमी प्रोसीड करा. पण त्यांनी विदाउट ग्रामसभा घेनासतना त्यांनी कन्स्ट्रक्शन लायसन्स दिले विदाउट प्रॉपर व्हेरिफिकेशन ऑफ डॉक्युमेंट कांयच करनासतना. आणि ओन्ली आमची सरपंच आसा तिणी सिग्नेचर करून ते कन्स्ट्रक्शन लायसन्स दिल्ले त्यांना. आणि आम्ही गोवा फाउंडेशनच्या हेल्पान आम्ही कोर्टान पिटिशन फायल केले, अपील केले. कोर्टान ते एक्सेप्ट करून ते डॉक्युमेंट व्हेरीफाय करून ते त्यांनी जे कन्स्ट्रक्शन लायसन्स दिले ते त्यांनी कॅन्सल करून उडयले. सो आमकां इतकी स्टेप घेऊन फुडें वयचें पडलें की जे तुमी लोकांनी कन्सिडर करनासतना जे तुमी डिसिजन घेता बाय फोर्स आय वूड से, जे कोण जे ऑथॉरिटीज आसा तांकां तांचो कांय तरी वेगळो हेतू आसतलो. त्या हेतू खातीर तुमी जे लॉ आसा तांकां ट्विस्ट करून तुमी तुमचें काम काडपाक पळयता. प्लीज ते करूं नाका, आमचो रिक्वेस्ट आसा. आणि फायनली जेन्ना कोर्टान अशें डिसिजन दिलें तेन्ना आमच्याच एरियेन MLA येता आणि तो म्हणटा की कितें तरी वयर सकयल जालें म्हणून ते कोर्टान कशें कॅन्सल केलें या रद्द केले ते लायसन्स. सो तुम्ही परत लोकांची दिशाभूल करता. सो ऍटलिस्ट हे तरी करू नका. जे सपोज खरेंच तुमच्या फायद्याचे असेल तर खरेंच फायदो म्हणून करून घ्या. आणि फोर लाईन जो आसा ऍटलिस्ट आता आम्ही पळोवपाक गेल्यार त्या 4 लायनार आमकां इतके तरी ट्राफीक दिसना, हेवी ट्राफीक दिसना त्या रस्त्यार. आणि आमकां कांयच गरज दिसना जो 4 लायन जावपाचो. जो सिंगल लेन आसा इतक्या वर्साचो आसा दॅट इज सफिशियंट फॉर अस विलेजर्स. आणि आता सपोज त्याच रस्त्यार आम्ही थोडं वॉक केलें न्ही, आमकां ते कोळशाचे पीसीस दिसता. जे रेल्वे ट्रॅका वयल्यान तुमी चलता तेन्ना यू कॅन सी दोज पीसीस. सेम पीसीस आमकां 4 लायनाचेर दिसता. आतां पर्यंत ते म्हणटा की कोळसो व्हरपाक किंवा ट्रान्सपोर्ट करपाक 4 लायनचो यूज करचो ना. पण ऑलरेडी त्या रस्त्या वयल्यान कोळसो वयता आतां. मागीर आमी कसो विश्वास दवरूं शकता की त्या रस्त्यान तुमी कोळसो व्हरचो ना. आणि कोळसो व्हेलो काय मागीर तो डबल ट्रॅकचो इम्पॅक्ट आसा, 4 लायनाचो इम्पॅक्ट आसा तो आनी मॅग्निफाय जातलो. आणि तेच कनेक्ट करपाचो ट्रान्समिशन लायनचो त्यांनी सबस्टेशन हाडला. ते मोले हाडपाचे कारण जे कुळ्याचे जे रेल्वे स्टेशन आसा ते एकदम लागीं आसा. आणि कुळेच्यान जे घाट सुरू जाता ते घाट काडपाक तांकां एडिशनल आणि 2 इंजिन्स लावचे पडटा. मॅक्स सरान जशें म्हटलें प्लेन जो ट्रॅक आसा ते ताका 2 इंजिन्स लावचे पडटा. घाटाक तांकां एडिशनल 2 इंजिन्स लावचे पडटा. सो खंय तरी त्यांचो प्लॅन आसतलो की जेन्ना ती लायन जेन्ना सपोज इलेक्ट्रीक लायन केली त्यांनी ट्रॅकची, सो थंयच्यान मोल्याच्या सबस्टेशनच्यान दे कॅन एक्सट्रॅक्ट दी पॉवर अँड सप्लाय टू दी रेल्वे ट्रॅक. तो तसो कितें तरी प्लॅन आसूं शकता तो. त्याच्या कारणान त्यांनी ती ट्रान्समिशन लायन हाडली आसतली थंय. सो इन एंड ऑल हे 3 जे मेजर प्रोजेक्ट्स आसा ते खंय ना खंय तरी कोल्ड ट्रान्सपोर्टेशनाक कनेक्ट जाता. तेन्ना आमी हे डॉट्स कनेक्ट करता तेन्ना. आनी कोल्ड ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन इज फॉर हूज बेनिफीट तेच डाउटफूल आसा. इतकें सांगून हांव म्हाजें जे कितें आसलें उलोवपाचें तें स्टॉप करता. आनी